Hilton brings you new ways to stay, with experiences that let you capture the glory days. Introducing the Graduate Hotels. Each inspired by local college towns, these stays are always original and never boring. Get in touch with traditions all across the country and enjoy a stay that's a class above the rest. Book at Graduate Hotels with Hilton Honors Points at Hilton.com. It's a win-win. Hilton, for the stay.
USAA knows dynamic duos can save the day, like superheroes and sidekicks or auto and home insurance. With USAA, you can bundle your auto and home and save up to 10%. Learn more and get a quote at USAA.com/bundle. Restrictions apply.
Ryan Reynolds here from Mint Mobile. I don't know if you knew this, but anyone can get the same premium wireless for $15 a month plan that I've been enjoying. It's not just for celebrities. So do like I did and have one of your assistants switch you to Mint Mobile today. I'm told it's super easy to do at mintmobile.com/switch.
Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month plan, equivalent to $15 per month required. Intro rate first 3 months only, then full price plan options available. Taxes and fees extra. See full terms at mintmobile.com.
From the Fifth Quarter Studio in Madison, Wisconsin, you're listening to the Coaching Youth Hoops Podcast.
They're playing basketball.
Here's our hosts, Steve Collins, and Bill Flitter.
All right, welcome to Coaching Youth Hoops.
Coach,
it's basketball season.
It is.
It's basketball season.
It's the best. I said that
right here. Where is it? Right there. I'm pointing to it. We interrupt this marriage to bring you basketball season. My wife knows.
I'm coaching 2 teams. I'm coaching 7th and 8th grade girls and 8th grade boys this year. So that's a new one, 8th grade boys.
That's interesting. I know you gave up your head coaching job.
I did. Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to talk about that at some point. We're gonna have to talk about the difference between the two.
Yeah.
And all 3 of them. That should be a topic at some point. We should talk about that.
Well, that'll be good. Yeah.
Difference between high school and then middle school boys and middle school girls. That would be an interesting.
Huge difference.
Huge difference.
All
right. Before we jump in, we want to give a shout out because we've been doing it all month about our Facebook group. Go over and check out Coaching Youth Hoops. I think it's the number 1 Coaching Youth Hoops basketball Facebook group.
Well, I love it because
the
discussions are awesome. A lot of great coaches in there. It's a safe, clean environment, so to speak. You police it really well.
It's my job.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. No, it's good.
To make sure everything's clean and good and everyone's talking about it. But go over and check it out. You just go into Facebook, type in Coaching Youth Hoops, go into groups, and it will be there. It'll pop up. It will have our logo. Answer a couple questions. I'll approve you. Good to go. And you'll love it. You can ask questions on there. You can ask anonymous questions. I'm sure I'll approve it if it's appropriate.
And we have a range of coaches, some that have just started and some that have been doing it as long as you and I have. So
I like the anonymous thing that Facebook added recently because sometimes people want to just ask a question. If it's, no one's I don't think I've ever had anyone ask an anonymous question that's inappropriate. I think they just don't want to
Yeah. Oh, they're afraid maybe that they're, neighbors on it or
something. It's good. I love that part of it, or maybe they feel embarrassed by asking the question.
Right. Exactly. Something they should know already. And they feel like they should know.
I love that. So feel free to come over and do that. All right. So today's topic, I think, came from the Facebook group too.
It came from the Facebook group. And I would obviously look at the questions and what coaches are interested in. This one caught my eyes. Actually, you posted it. It's what is the one skill that should be taught at the elementary level? So if you only had to pick one skill, obviously that's, no, but if you only had to pick one thing, what would you do?
Hey, if you could only pick one sense, what sense would you get rid of? I'm going to go off tangent here for a reason. Of your 5 senses, which one would you get rid of?
Which one did I get rid of? Wow.
I think it would be smell for me.
Yeah, smell. Yeah.
Because I don't think I want to get rid of taste. I definitely would not want to get rid of sight or hearing.
No.
Or touch.
Yeah.
I think it's between taste and smell. Anyway, as people are listening to this is just what we do. Let me know what you think.
We're human.
Yeah. What would you get rid of? Anyway, so going back to the original question of which, because that's what made me think about it. We had this discussion in stats class today or 2 days ago about which sense would you get rid of. But going back to the question asked, I personally think that it would be ball handling or dribble. If I could only pick one skill, because I think passing is a strength issue, which at the elementary school level you don't always have. I think shooting, I've seen so many shots change from 3rd grade to 9th grade just because they're not strong enough. Their form isn't where it needs to be. But I think dribbling is that one thing that you can, working on both hands. If I only had to pick one skill, now I'm not considering like effort or toughness or
right.
I'm considering an actual basketball
tangible
skill.
actions.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that's a solid one. I recently changed, as you know, I train as well. So small groups, individuals, and I really changed my training philosophy. I used to be more of, I'm going to teach you a lot of different skills. Okay. And the one thing, if it's a younger player, high school's different, but if it's a younger player, for the first 6 to 8 weeks, depending how advanced they get through the program, is I teach shooting. We spend, the first session, if they're just a brand new shooter, we're spending an hour for their hour shooting. And I'll tell you why. How many times has someone asked, parent, friend, how many defensive stops did you get? How many dribbles did you make in the game? Right. What does it always come back to? It's how many points did you score? Hey, how many, grandma? Hey, grandma had a game today. Well, how many points did you score? Oh, I scored nothing. Right. And they get depressed. Right. So
you're saying they give up the game.
So they give up the game. Right. And the shooting gives them hope and confidence. They can sit in a corner, spot up, and shoot. They can take one dribble near the basket and be able to shoot. So that has really transformed the way their self-esteem.
I hear that. Part of me agrees with that. Part of me agrees that if you are the ball handler on the floor, you can create things. So here's my counter to that is 100% agree.
Yeah.
But if I'm LeBron on the floor in 3rd grade and I can handle the ball, I can get to the rim. I can create shots that maybe I can't. And again, I'm looking at this probably more in a boy's lens than a girl's lens. That the person on the floor that has the ball in their hands, especially at the elementary level, seems to dominate the game more than the kid that can shoot. That's my only theory with it. I don't disagree with anything you said as far as confidence and building, and that's what they ask, and I'll play the game longer. So you might be more right than me. I'm just saying that's my observational study is that person on the floor that can handle it. They tend to be able to shoot a layup, and they tend to be able, if they can do that, they tend to be able to create their shot. Yeah. That was my argument with the dribbling part of it at the 3rd, 4th, 5th grade level.
So this was
everybody. Yeah. Sorry to interrupt the podcast. Coach Bill and I have, we know how limited your time is coaching youth hoops and especially building team and chemistry and those kind of things. So we built a great handout. It's free. You can go over and get it at hoops, plural, teambuilding.com, hoopsteambuilding.com. I'll put it down in the show notes. I think you'll love it. 50 free fun team activities you can do with your team. So go over and check it out. And let's head back to the podcast. Grade level.
So this is something new that I started this summer, and there was this kid. Well, I'll give you one example. Let's see, when did he start with me? 6th grade now. So no, he's 7th grade now, 6th grade. So he was in 6th grade towards the end of last basketball season. He was in a rec league, our local rec league, and couldn't shoot, wasn't a really good basketball player. I started seeing him. The first session we had, I was thinking, maybe you should take up a different sport. I mean, that's how he just wasn't coordinated and he couldn't shoot. He was shooting with 2 hands. And at that moment I said, you know what? What's going to give this kid the most confidence to keep on going? And I thought to myself, well, I'm going to work on shooting. So we worked on shooting. This kid, I cannot get him out of the gym now. This fall, so from May to November, he has you would never know that he couldn't shoot in May. Literally couldn't shoot and couldn't play, couldn't dribble. And now, like I said, he tried out for we talked about this before, the American team for our local CYO. He was in the top 10 kids out of 50 boys in his age, top 10. Now, he didn't end up making it. And the reason he didn't end up making it, from May to June, we worked on shooting, ball handling. He dominated on 2-2, dominated on 3-3. He didn't know how to play the game yet. I'm like, that's okay. That's okay. You just really started playing, but you should feel confident you made the top 10. Now, shooting gave him the confidence to continue because he saw the ball go in. Right. And that's the only reason I started there. And I'm like, okay. Now, I also have a 3rd grade girl, tiny little thing, can do layups, can shoot the ball. And, we're going to the next level already with her. Right. So I don't know. I think it's going to depend on the kid. Now that's at the micro level. We're talking maybe now we're your youth team and what fundamentals, definitely ball handling. Definitely.
I have just seen that strength in shooting on a 10-foot hoop when they're 9, and then when they're 17, there's just that change of you tend to see a lot of this, and that's just purely observational. I don't disagree.
I don't disagree with that. I think what it takes is a lot of reps to shoot the ball correctly.
Yes.
But like I said, I have a 3rd grade girl who can shoot the ball, and she's a tiny little thing. She can do layups. Now she can't stop shooting threes, and we just started working on regular layups because at that age, they move up the line on a layup. She can hit the rim and make, maybe 1 out of 5 right now.
Right.
But she knows how to shoot with her legs the way you should be shooting.
Yes.
She has the proper form already.
Right.
Amazing. Anyway, but pivoting, I think it's like some footwork stuff in there. Let me ask you a different question. Okay, so now we know your number one thing is ball handling. Is that correct? That's what you said, right?
Yeah, I don't think you've changed my mind, but yes.
No. So let's go top 3 now. So if I'm a youth coach, these are going to be my daily vitamins, right? So one is ball handling, which is different than dribbling, by the way, in my opinion.
Yeah. Okay. Ball handling, dribbling, whatever. It's the same thing. Dribbling, just like when we're old. I would say 2 is defense.
How'd you get those balloons?
I have no idea where those balloons came from. Did you just see that?
Yeah. Is your birthday?
No. Anyway, I don't know how that happened. Anyway, we'll see if that actually shows up. Anybody that's listening, there's like balloons just happened on my thing. I don't know why that happened. Happy birthday. That's not my birthday. I would say defense. And then I would put shooting. So I would put the defensive fundamentals would be my second skill, I think.
Okay.
But ahead of like rebounding or passing, or I think the defensive principles, like help line on the ball. And then I would put shooting third. Probably not the normal answer, but that's what I think.
Yeah. So ball handling, defensive principles, and then shooting.
Yep.
Is that what I heard?
In the elementary level.
At the elementary level. Yeah. Well, Coach Mark, he agrees with you. Dribbling and man defense principles were his 2. Again, this is off our Facebook group.
Yeah.
I love this answer: to love basketball.
Hopefully that's
right. But that kind of goes to my argument, right? Ball goes in, I get excited. I love basketball, right?
Right. No, I mean, I'm not disagreeing with you. You made me think about it from a different standpoint.
There's a lot of answers: layups, ball handling, defense, work as a team. Good one. Pivoting.
Footwork could be in there at the younger level. Even knowing at the young levels, they don't even know how to run in some respects. Their gait is bad. You could teach them how to run. Like, here's how we run down the court. But I know I love that. So this is the reason you should go over and join the Facebook group. I'm going to just circle back to the beginning of the podcast because you can jump in on this discussion. I'm sure this has been popping at the top of the discussion board for a while. Anything else on this, Coach?
No, I again, I think this was a great discussion because it is hard when you have one or two practices. What do you focus on? You have so much to focus on. And, teaching them. And if you obviously can combine drills where you're working on, multiple tasks at the same time, that's always better. But yeah, this is, had quite a few. It was a big discussion on the Facebook group. So
go over and join it. Facebook group. All right. Till next week, Coach.
Till next week.
Hey, everybody. Phil and I have a secret. First of all, we're giving away an IC3 basketball shot trainer. It's awesome. It's like a $500 value. Thank you, Dr. Dish. So if you want a chance to be able to win that, go over to basketballblackfriday.com. We're going to do some special things on Black Friday, so we want to let you know about them. Go over there, register, get a chance to win that IC3 basketball shot trainer, and find out the secret. All right. Have a great day.
This podcast is part of the Sports Social Podcast Network.
When your company earns unlimited 2% cash back on all purchases with Capital One, that's serious business. So Stephen at SandCloud got a serious business card, the Spark Cash Plus card from Capital One.
We used our 2% cash back to help build our retail presence.
Savvy, Stephen.
And we get big purchasing power, so our business can spend more and earn more.
The Spark Cash Plus card from Capital One. What's in your wallet?
Terms and conditions apply. Find out more at CapitalOne.com/SparkCashPlus.